Hi, welcome along to another video. It's Ford and back, and I'm out for a really quick video to have a little look at the PIDZOOM tyre pressure management system. So I've got to say, first off, a huge thanks to Bob Yan, and also a huge apology to Bob Yan because it's taken me so long to get this video up, and yeah, I've just been busy. I thought it was a really difficult thing, so I probably put it off a bit longer than I needed to. You know, I thought there might be more to plug in and more things to set up, but it was really plug and play and off you go. So I should have really done it a long time ago. Huge thanks to PIDZOOM for the support for my channel. So, beautiful package as well with the PIDZOOM stuff. They've got their branding sorted out and it's all looking uniform and nice. Opened it up, and there's a good range of accessories in there. You've got a couple of mounts and a couple of different mounting options available. A really good charging cord, which is a magnetic type base. And then you've got the unit itself and the little monitor, which just secures onto the tyre valve. And you've also got a little lock nut to lock that on to stop somebody from stealing, you know, that sensor. As you need to think about your security sometimes, I guess. It's a really important accessory to keep an eye on your tyre pressure as well. In the last video, a couple of people shouted out that my tyre pressure looked low, and it did. And I'll admit I was lazy. And sometimes we are lazy and we just don't check it. So to have a little screen just here that I can just quickly look down and monitor and get a good idea before you roll out, that's amazing. It's also got a high and low alarm and a temperature alarm. So it's going to monitor anything that, anything that goes wrong while you're riding, or just before you ride. You'll at least get a bit of a notification. If you fire it up and hear that alarm, you can give yourself some air and get going. So I'm going to pop it onto the Lynx, the V14, the V13 and the V11, and we'll just make sure that it connects up to all of those wheels and gives us the settings we want. Bit of a look at the unit here. You've got a twist lock mount system, so that just locks into the mounts, and then you give it a twist lock there. Maybe add a bit of tape just to secure that. There's a couple of different mounts in the box, magnetic mounts as well. It's a magnetic charge system, so that just locks in there to charge the unit. Nice durable feel. I've taken a couple of spills and it's just got a little scratch on the front there. Two buttons, just a plus and a minus on the right hand side. So to power up the unit, you just want to hold down your minus button, and then that brings up the display here. It's nice and bright. You've got 3 different brightness settings. So the lower minus button, if you just press that, it'll beep, and that changes the brightness setting. You might be able to see that there. So I'll just keep it on the brightness setting at the moment. Here you've got the display of your pressure, and then on the right hand side you've got your temperature. So yeah, the blue is your pressure and the green is your temperature. To jump into your menus, you just hold the plus button at the top right until things start to flash. You can see here the first setting is bar or PSI. So while PSI is flashing, that means you can switch the mode there. So just use the minus button, switch that between bar, PSI. To save what you want, you just want to hold the top right button in again, the plus button, and that saves your settings. So now I've switched it over to PSI. So if you get lost, hold the top left button, just save everything again, and you can start that process. So hit the top left button, hold that in, things will start flashing here. Top left button, select PSI, and then while PSI is flashing, you can use the lower right button and switch between bar or PSI. So to save that into bar now, I'll just hold the top left button and save that setting. So that switched it over to bar. Get into the menus, holding the left button down, and that'll start flashing. Then the lower button to select the menu that you want to adjust. So now we're on the high PSI. I'm going to select the top button once and you'll see that the PSI starts flashing, and now I can adjust that with the lower button. So I'm just going to take that up to G45. Let's just save that. So I'll hold the top left button in, and that will save that. So yeah, hopefully that gave you a bit of an idea about what you can set there, and then go through your different settings. So yeah, cool. So I guess this is just an initial look at this PIDZOOM accessory today. I was going to use it when I do the Lynx range test, but I just haven't managed to get out to do that, and I needed to get this up. So I thought this would make a little video just by itself. You know, I didn't charge this up. I opened the box. I looked at the instructions. You know, there's a lot of pictures and a lot of words, and I kind of thought, can I just sort this out for myself? I looked at the sensor, and then I screwed it on and turned on the little machine, and up it came. It was connected, everything worked. I did have to figure out how to adjust a few of the settings, so I did hop onto the PIDZOOM website where there is a video link, and that took me through just a couple of the settings, and I was able to jump in and adjust. You know, I switched it over from the bar pressure to PSI, which is what I operate on here, and I was able to set a couple of the low and high alarms, but it all comes pretty much set to get rolling. Yeah, so I just plugged it in and got rolling, and straight away it started to alarm me that my tyre was low on the V13. So that was great, and it worked straight off. Then I popped my pump straight on, and sure enough, if I had have rolled on the V11, I could have, you know, done some damage. It was only sitting at about 13 PSI. It's been a while since I've rolled. So I took that up, and then straight away the monitor showed 35 PSI, so that's really, really good. When I undid a bit of the valve, I unscrewed the sensor and just let a bit of air out to just see what happened. Did the alarm trigger? Did it show an instant drop on the screen? And yeah, it was a slight delay, but then it dropped down and I could see that I'd lost some air. So it sort of in real time, I could see that there was an air leak happening. And then I've also played with just a few of the alarms by unscrewing it, screwing it back on, and as soon as you release it from the valve, the alarm kicks in. There's a red light that you can see, which is a visual warning, and then you've also got the audible tone as well. Press the button and that will mute that out. But what a really cool add-on. I can just add it onto all of my wheels there, no problem. Comes with a great little strap that just adjusts over the bar. Yeah, you don't have to have it mounted there. There's also sticky mounts in the box, and yeah, you could probably even wrist mount it really easily. It's really small and cool little device. I liked how easily I could move it between different wheels. Maybe you could get a few different sensors and link that up so you could actually just switch between the wheels. Yeah, I'm not sure. So I had no troubles fitting this monitor onto the Lynx. I guess it's probably about the size of a, I don't know, 5 to 10 cent piece. It's really not that big, not that much bigger than the Tyre valve protector that you put on there. But it is big enough to consider whether it's going to roll around on all of your wheels. So you might just want to attach it and then do a little roll just with your hand before you go out and wreck anything. I had clearance with all of my wheels except the V14, and it was just rubbing slightly. Yeah, so I was able to put this sensor on the V11, and I went for a roll just to make sure that it was all fine and had enough clearance. Everything monitored, everything was fine. Had a good fun little roll on the V11. So if you've got the V11, V11Y, I'd say chances are really good. That's going to fit straight across onto your wheel. The V13, that was no problem. There's heaps of clearance with that massive wheel to put anything. But yeah, the sensor there took up no room. It wasn't a slight worry at all about that fitting. The Lynx, it was a little bit tight, but it did fit, rolled around. There was no scraping at all. And yeah, I'm going to probably have that sit on the Lynx most of the time. So I'm really surprised with how easy it was. I thought I might have to take the rim off. Super thankful it was really easy. So yeah, you don't have to undo anything, didn't have to adjust anything, there wasn't any tech to pair anything, it just worked. So I think I'm really happy with that so far about PIDZOOM. I've got the horn and that just worked, I've got this and that just worked, and the charger enhancers worked. So I'm using the charger enhancer on the Lynx, and that's no problem. I think they're going to be releasing that one shortly.
I'm using that just to keep my charge within spec, because my charger is just overcharging the Lynx slightly. So I'm using the charger enhancer, which just cuts the charge at 151, at 151.2, which is what I prefer. So far for my life, the PIDZOOM's really enhanced my rides. They've enhanced my safety. I can use the horn when I'm out commuting, and that works really, really well. It's got me out of trouble a couple of times. The charger enhancer's set up on my wheels. I've got 2 of those now, and they're running on 2 different setups. And that just keeps me, you know, I can monitor my wheels a little safer. So I hope you've enjoyed this video, and I hope it's given you something anyway. This tyre pressure management system, I'm a bit disappointed in myself I didn't get it out a little sooner, because yeah, how cool and how easy, and all my wheels were a little bit under. So I probably need something like this in my life. Maybe you do. If you do, please, you know, go and visit the PIDZOOM website, use my discount code BACK5, get yourself a little discount there. Help Bob, support the EUC community, and you know, the brands that are kicking in and making some new products for us to roll safer and keep yourself in check. I hope you're rolling safe anyway. Make sure you gear up. I was a bit lazy this video. I didn't have my pads because I'm just in the park, a local sort of place. So yeah, cool. Anyway, I've had another good fun video. I'll be back soon for another one. I think next time I might do the Lynx range test. I'm just waiting for the right day, because I'm pretty sure it's going to take us a while to do. So I'll get that done and get the edit up, and I'll see you again real soon on the channel. Thanks for watching.
Understand, I done earned everything you see. Once you're in, ain't no running, boy, you on a team. Understand, I done earned everything you see. Once you're in, ain't no running, boy, you on